Hello, welcome back to United Fashion Channel. I'm Jacob J. Books Corner, and today we are starting my quarter of the year content. I have a few videos I plan on doing every quarter. This includes a book haul, which is what we're filming today, and we also have like a quarterly favorites and some stats and stuff, and using small books, which I'm very excited about. It takes a bit more production, so I'm going to film that a different day. I have all my books around me. I do not know how many books we're hauling today. I know it's quite a few, and I still have plenty of more that I want to haul. Any books that I'm missing in this haul, I'll move it to the next 3-month haul. All right, we're just gonna get started. I'm just gonna pull from my pile and then I'm just gonna show you what they are. I'm not really sure. Some of these books I've had for a while. I just figured we'll start fresh from this point forward, so any books that I buy from this point forward will be going towards these. But this is just covering all of the books that I've not hauled yet for you, plus the new ones I have bought, because there are a few new ones in here. We have my first Mistborn novel by Brandon Sanderson. This is The Law of Ascension. This is book 2. I'm currently reading it. I'm adoring it. That's all you need to know. Mistborn is a part of the Cosmere. It's the beginning of the Cosmere. This is Mistborn era number 1. This is book 2 in era number 1. I wanted to go ahead and start my purchase spree of this, as I knew eventually I would own the entire Cosmere. I found it for a good deal. So that's the first one. Next one we're going to briefly talk about is the Skyward Flight by Brandon Sanderson. This is the 3 novellas in the Skyward series. I have a whole video talking about Skyward. Where I do read these novellas to you and talk to you about them in pretty deep information. Very happy to own it. I'm happy that I own the entire Skyward collection as well. We'll go over most of them today. We have The Pairing by Casey McQueston. This is the Barnes & Noble's exclusive edition. There's some sprayed edges and stuff. I think that's it. I think the sprayed edges like what the big thing was for it, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Pairing is a great novel. I very much enjoyed it. I read it last year. I think it was in my top 10 of the year. It is Casey McQueston's newest adult romance about 2 bisexual people. We have Immortal Longings by Coley Gong. As soon as I read it, I knew I wanted to own it, and then I found it, and I'm like, I'm gonna own it, and now I do. Immortal Longings takes place in a world where people can body swap. Super duper fun. I've learned, however, because this was on my favorites of the year last year, that a lot of people do not like this series, which makes me sad because I love it so much. Continuing onwards, we have several Victoria Aveyards to go over today. We have King's Cage. This is the first of many Red Queen novels, just to throw a few more in there. We also have Broken Throne, which is the novella collection. We have Warstorm, which is the only other. These are the 2 that I have not read yet. Then we have King's Cage, which I have read. And then over here, we have Glass Sword, which I also haul in. This is all part of the Red Queen series, which is all about superpowers and that type of stuff. I'm sure Red Queen is in this list somewhere. We have Bladebreaker by Victoria Aveyard as well. This is the second book in the Realmbreaker trilogy. I have the 3rd book sitting over there, Fatebreaker, from the library. I'll give that back and buy my own copy. I'm a huge fan of the series. I would recommend it. I gave almost every one of these a 5-star. The series particularly, I don't think I have the first one, so I'll just quickly explain to you. Realmbreaker is about what if the people who were supposed to save the world died, and now you get to go with the somewhat second best. And I say somewhat because that's like being kind. We have Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in the Skyward series, as well as their main character Spin. Like I said, a whole video, we talked about the novellas that take place in the series as well. But it's follows Spin as she's trying to become a fire pilot in a world that does not want her to be one. So many other good complicated things are going on as well, but that's the simplest answer I have for you. We have Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I think this is one of 2 Emily Henrys I have over here. I could be wrong. It might be the only one I bought so far, but I plan on owning all Emily Henry novels for obvious reasons. This one is one of my personal favorites, however. I love Book Lovers so much. This is about 2 people. She ends up going off into the mountains, and her rivalry goes with her, or not intentionally, but we have Nona the Ninth. Nona the Ninth is the 3rd book in Gideon Ninth series. I think there's 4 altogether. It's the only one I own though. I've only read Gideon. Another series that I only own a handful of is I can't think of what it's called. The Mastering series by Cassandra Clare and Holly Black. I have a whole video where I read all these and did in-depth reviews on them. This is book 4 and 5, if I'm not mistaken. These are the ones I own. I do plan on owning them all at one point, one day. Speaking of Red Queen itself, this is the initial book. Paul's mare as she realizes that she has electric powers and the world that goes around her. I have read it. There will be a video, hopefully this month, coming out with detail and instructions on it. We have The Recovery Agent by Janet Ivakovich. I don't read Janet Ivakovich very often, but you also don't find many books about a female adventurer who's going on like Laura Croft quests, and I found this book to be somewhat enjoyable. I decided to go ahead and pick it up after I read it. I gave it a 4 and would not broadly recommend it, but if this sounds like something could be for you, then maybe I would recommend it. I read this back in like 2019, 2020, or 2021, maybe somewhere around there, and they're just now officially coming out with the sequel. Might be a good time to jump on it if you're interested. We have Empire of the Vampire by Jay Kristoff. I've never read a Jay Kristoff before, and the cover enticed me, so I went ahead and get it. I got it when I got the pairing, because if I want to get 150% off, and eventually we'll see what's about. I'm just not there yet. I have a special collector's edition, or the special collector's edition of Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, and essentially it comes like this like packaging, and then this is what the actual book looks like, and then this is like the edges and stuff, and it's printed on the cover, which is really nice. And then there's like some really pretty artwork in here. And then you actually have the novel, which is like in a much bigger text. The world's printed differently and the paper is printed differently. Like it's just different, okay? But Shadow and Bone is objectively my favorite one out of that series. We're talking just the Shadow and Bone, which I also have another video. I have a lot of videos talking about all these series when I read them. I wrap them up. Where I wrap up the Shadow and Bone series, I have one dedicated to this, and also dedicated to Six of Crows duology. I never did get around reading King's Scar duology. Let me know if I should, because I do like Leigh Bardugo's writing quite a bit, and it's been long enough that I feel like I'm over the pain that was the Six of Crows duology. Sue me. I know some people are like, that's blasphemy. You know what? You're kind of correct, but also like not at the same time. Okay, I bought one of these books twice, which sucks. This is the Vladimir Todd series by, I actually don't know who wrote. Heather Brewer is who wrote these. I plan on rereading the entire series. It's my fiance's favorite, one of his favorite books of all time. It's so weird because like one of my favorite books as a child. And so I went ahead and bought 2 through 5. We just don't have 8th grade, which is the beginning of the series. So eventually you'll see a video on these as well. We have 2 more to go through. Let's go through Supernova, which I also have learned that I have Arch Enemies, right? I think I have Arch Enemies, not Supernova. But now I have Supernova, which is the final book in the Renegade series. Oh, no, I think I have Supernova and Renegade. I bought this twice. I don't remember, but isn't it so pretty? I find it to be gorgeous. Absolutely enjoyed the series. The first one, once again, follows superheroes, so good versus evil. Renegades itself, I found the first 50% to be absolutely horrible, but the rest of the series is like top notch. So would highly recommend. And we also have lastly Murder in the Family, which is for a video where I bought a book last Christmas. So I don't know if that video will come out. Where it was like a data book. And this is by Cara Hunter. I have no idea who it is, but it's all written like in text and stuff. And so I feel like it's going to be like a fun time to read. I just haven't gotten around to it. So let me know if you want me to complete that video. And with that being said, that is my book haul for this quarter. Once again, I don't know exactly how many books are here. But yeah. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching and goodbye.